These internet moderators are so disrespectful if you don't spend money. They're so crazy. Yeah, you gotta spend money constantly or they don't like you. Billy Eilish liked your video. Well, it's just rich guys spending. She didn't. See, for my philosophy, you have to understand, I don't believe that they are winners who are paid a lot of money for being great. I believe that they paid and pay continuously for promotion, and that due to access, people arrive. And I found that out myself, is that I'm actually rather famous. When I have a video promoted, when I actually pay money so people know, I've had videos as much as half the people like it, which I think is awesome. But, you know, if you look into who Billie Eilish is, she's a rich, popular kid. She's a rich, popular kid. She was put forward and ahead through cash, which is what they expect for that slot. So, you know, how much does daddy love you? That sort of thing. So, Grizzbox, we've been friends before. I got fighty with him, but I got fighty with everybody. I got fighty with him before I had come to the C word thing, and I had almost even told him I was going to go through a transformation. So it's hard to undo that level of just mind fucking arrogant douchebaggery they can put on you, but that's what they're doing. If you're either the one doing all the stuff or it's all being done for you, you know what I'm saying? So, the cat's This is basically edging. Yeah, totally, this is edging. This should be easy, but I don't know. Alright. This is basically a circumcision before. It's like way deeper than just like just ruined. Fucking raped his ass with a knife. He like had a whole life and they fucking removed it. See, it happened to 1 billion people. I'm kind of over it because it's like, yeah, it's to stop sperm war. It's to stop when you get like, when you start wanting women in the world. It's to stop you from just taking the whole thing over because it's into that. People can't have their little nests built if people are always throwing the thing over, so he said stop that. And I think part of that's circumcision, but I think the other part of it is just the ruling class wants virgin girls to bone. That's really what it is. That's how I see this. You can't retract it. The home is gone. It's a horror. It feels so terrible. And it's done to babies, and they suffer with it being told it's Jesus' mission for you, but it's all lies. It's just some chimp with a boner going, do all the work now, slave. You know? He can't even do it. See how hard this is? That's circumcision for you. This is like reading it. It's so hot.
Why? You want to ask me out on a date?
Maybe. Try hard. Vampires being dead, girl.
We need cash. What happened to our stash?
How old are you? She looks like she's
I bought an electric guitar. I rented a shiny car.
People think you're old.
I went out to lunch. But McDonald's is a thrifty munch. I purchased a random flute. We need cash. What happened to our stash?
It's all fairies.
I bought an electric guitar. I rented a shiny car.
Find your partner on I Am Not Gay, and I don't look like
Here,
that
so we
guy.
beating it? We're gonna beat it. It might take a few hours. We're gonna beat it.
The old school was I hate all men and I'll kill them. I'm not for that either. I think the new school is I actually love men and care about their feelings. I hope boys have good lives, you know what I mean? I'm not out there cutting baby dicks off like some
Thanks for all the follows,
major
guys.
religions and governments.
Jonah been real quiet. I think Melinda
I
silenced him,
actually
to be honest.
support and appreciate fellow boys, and I allow them to be. Yeah, so that's
Thanks for all the
new,
follows,
and
guys.
It's also more tech savvy because we have just like too many fucking weapons. So what we need is we need people who actually like each other. And then when people enjoy and like each other, then we're gonna
give me that. Don't glitch. Thank you.
Society.
Sometimes if you land right where I just landed, they'll like you'll get like
that
stuck between the pipe and the grate.
That feel good and include them. You know what I mean? So not that I'm trying to stop crime. I don't.
Why can't you run on the bed?
This guy goes to the bed, right? Deep hypnosis running up this.
Should add some channel point rewards. I don't even know what to add, to be honest.
Good one. And a little cat. Yeah, Mystic Alley. Something happened. That was impeccable. That was really good. This guy's a speedrunner. Yeah, he's timing himself. Hoobie's dope. Only up.
Oh, come on, we were making such good time too. Everything went wrong at the end there.
Oh, he has a shortcut.
Is it easier on controller? No, I think it's easier on mouse and key.
Oh my gosh,
this game is.
no way.
But sometimes you have to like flick your camera and move around.
Not to discredit it. Are his feet actually planting on every single step? Can you please get that accurate? I would love that. Yeah. I would have to pause and like really like lean in to check. Even me, no, it's.
I think I bricked that. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe not.
There's such an.
Come on, go. Nice.
And I think what's gonna help us with technology is undoing the law, because the law.
Are we playing right now? This isn't Fortnite, brother.
That imposes deep psychological structures.
Oh my gosh, man, that's hilarious.
We're undoing the law with natural authenticity. Do you really care about
that spot
something
when I
and
had
want
a
to
tree
do
there?
something
Yeah, me
about
too.
to with
It's a little
it?
bit
Go
easier.
ahead and go do that, and everyone else
Feels a
will
little
react how
clunky
they
trying to
want
get
as
it.
well. You know, it's a little bit of a
How's life,
heightened
bros?
energy,
It's going good.
but
It's
it's
going
way
good.
more clear, and you're not following words or rules. You know what I mean?
Trying to grow my
Every human I've
brand
known
a little
has
bit.
been more than willing to do
Hoping it all
everything
works
they
out.
ever could to earn the approval and admiration
Yo, Gore,
of their
thanks for the
neighbors.
follow.
So why are they saying not to please people? Well, I don't know. We have an issue with pleasure. You know, as they've brought it up. Some people are allowed to feel good, and other people can't feel good because they have to do all this stuff. You know what I mean? And that distinction
thanks for the
was
follow.
a little rude, and that distinction also wasn't hidden that well. I was well aware that I was dealing with people who did not
bro, trust.
do everything they
Thank you,
were
man.
asking of me.
I appreciate the support. Thanks for all the follows, guys.
You know what I mean? And it's pretty much like enemies are us. If you're born in a world where someone else has already claimed it, they're a private egg, and you really trust that thing, it's yours. Only if they actually did it that way. It could
thanks
be
for the follow on Twitch,
in
man.
my mind, but to me,
What's good?
boy's wiener with a knife when he's a baby is not. If you wanted a boy to mind his business about sex, you wouldn't expose his dickhead. You would keep it private. You would keep it in the cover.
Gage, thanks for the heart.
Mammals have. Every other mammal has a cover there. And
Yo, memory, don't worry about it, bro.
Off, but only some people. If you're in any of the major religions, they just cut your dick off. I don't know how that.
You being here is enough support, man.
But
what's up,
I feel like watching a little boy jump in a sky dreamscape is not incredibly far from the subject of talking about male issues, right? Especially male childhood issues. So yeah, this is about circumcision.
Nick Mertz Rage, I saw that.
Hoobie's good. Hoobie's impeccable. Look at his run.
Did y'all watch Dr. Disrespect? Hit the balloon skip.
Step on the side.
And then fall on the elevator.
He is. He's like.
Yeah, that shit was
getting
hilarious,
the animation,
man.
this kid, so it does stuff. It's fun. Yeah, he knows this game. That's fun.
You got waifu down 100%? Man, I'm glad you can get it. Which one are you doing? The 90 FPS one?
Yeah. Control for diet control, for sex control is all like pedo cave horseshit. And it's all an imposition on
if you
thought.
subscribe?
It's an imposition on thought and health.
Just a badge,
I don't
pretty
think
much.
It needs to exist, yeah.
And I'll read your comments, but I'll do that anyway.
I would rather you become okay with penises and
don't get much,
okay with bodies than continually flipping them and making them illegal. I think that's a little harsh given circumstances, you know what I mean? Like,
thought I missed for a second.
I understand that some ugly random dude doesn't
Twitch.
have a right to invade your home and suddenly put his DNA in your life with the person you're taking care of. I totally get that 1000%. So going to the point that you're pre-cutting them off is like horrendous. Like, what did this place come to? What had actually happened? And in my opinion, what had happened was one group of people who do not live on the surface had first right on all the girls, like pigs. and that we all better mind our hands in business or else. And those people are the government before, the government now, the government then, the government always, until we murder them. And the reason we have to do that is that they just do bad things to children, and we've all suffered it, and we hate them that much, and they deserve to die. They've said the rules are our lie, and we get to lie about it however we want, to do whatever we want. So yeah, they voted themselves
the windmill,
never
but
to
fucking
have the law.
shitter of the next spot.
The police will let you be an outlaw. They just won't come protect you if you need help. But they'll protect me because they know I'm not an outlaw doing bad. I'm an outlaw
I'm gonna land where I usually land.
Don't follow rules
on that bed.
They can just walk
stop
around
trying to do what other people do.
because they're not. They're not. That uniform is fake. My authority is a person
beat the
just
shit out of something. Don't lie.
creating his own
Those yellow Lego things.
his own energy. Is I don't need to listen to them, and they don't want me to. If they caught me following a human rule, I'd look stupid to them.
I'm just trying to do what I've seen someone else do.
You know what I mean? Because I have that active, successful
I'm gonna do it my
energy.
way now.
Yeah, there's a fact with the law and the rules. If what you're doing looks good, it has an amazing energy to it.
I get it 1 out of 10 times.
They're never going to stop you and not even say it's wrong. They're going to be like, that's what you should have done. You know what I mean? That graffiti that stays that they take pictures of and stuff. So anyway, yeah.
I could make a tutorial on the space gift, but
nice.
I can land on the wing.
Nice.
I won't lie. Saving no time. What do you mean?
Yeah, but circumcision's because every little guy thinks his wiener is the next story, you know what I mean? And that's for his girlfriend, you know what I mean? That's not for the world to know, because every little guy thinks his wiener's that. So if you want to keep people in the story, you know what I mean? Is include everyone. Talk about our destiny, talk about our future, and a lot of little traitorous men will be caught because they'll find that only a few people exist in that future, and it's not you, you know what I mean? And that shit is what circumcision tried to undo, is this attitude boys had to kill all the men, make them my slaves, and then get all the women. That attitude, kill all the men,
tried to fix it.
make the women my slaves, or make the men my slaves and get all the women, is the one that circumcision gets rid of. Kind of sloppishly, it pre-ravages your dick, and it says, on God's word, you better mind good behavior. And remember that one time
I am so glad they added a train track skip.
You know what I mean?
It
and
feels
that was
so
enough
good.
manipulation that boys who would always try to kill each other were finally like, okay, thank you, because he's in hell and he's got God in his head. Well, kind of looking into it, what I found is that story of the disgraced man was a lie. The story of the disgraced man was a lie, right? I almost lost it. Like, what the fuck am I talking about? The story of the disgraced man was a lie. What does that mean? Oh yeah, the story of the man who had fallen early was a lie, because we weren't actually that bad. It was about drugs and sex. It was about drugs and sex first by the secret government. That's why we were made the villain. Oh, we had to do this to you. We were too terrible. That's the lie. That is the lie. About the human and the human spirit investigating people, circumcision is 1,000% worse for the spirit of man than not. And the people who are always going around doing that rapey, weird shit are actually the circumcised. So rather than it being about them helping us, it was about the pedo cave. It was about the cave dominating the men and saying, only our wieners shall be good. Which I assume is still going on because they're still doing it globally. The only way you can push a global castration of baby boys is really if people are just dang god tired of boys. They hate men. Don't you dare use that wiener. I'm tired of hearing about it. I don't care about you. You know what I mean? I don't want you in the center of a bunch of girls getting your fingers sucked. I want you doing work in a pit for some minor lord. You know what I mean? You see how sad it is? So anyway, the modern woman's yelling at her slave husband to help her make more slave children. It's not actually good, and you're just participating with people who fucking hate you. They just rape you and make fun of you and poison you. All the time. So it's
Probably gonna be a little quicker than that when we get there.
Study circumcision, because you'll find it's everywhere, and it's proof of the secret master class, which has first pick on all the women, and it's why everything's shit. Boys in this culture are usually fake. It's polite to not be a man alpha because they know that they all got cut, and the ones who didn't get cut got poisoned with the rest of them. And that somewhere in some hole of hell is a dude with probably a 3-foot dick who's raping little girls all day and just telling you mind your business, that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It had to be said. The only people who invade baby dicks with knife-shortening alterations are pedophiles who want the biggest dicks. Not because dicks got too big. Dicks did not get too big.
How do you roll?
A 6-inch dick is 14 centimeters. Well, a baby's 55 centimeters. How the fuck is a baby 55 centimeters? And your dick at 14 centimeters is too big. Oh, no more. It
doesn't spawn until you're like halfway through the tube.
It's a lie. It's a fucking hoaxy
Make sure you
lie.
read this.
It's
This
just
is
horseshit. It is. It's horseshit. So.
Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, what we find is that actually there was a sexual clipping, something like natural jealousy plus the king's desire to have virgin females at his disposal, led in the semi-castration of billions of baby boys, and it's still going on. It's a silent issue that basically no one with a voice has ever spoken to, and it's a huge issue now. I hope people hear it.
Epic? Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, that's what I do.